I have never met another man who's half as dear as you. You're so clever too, and you make me laugh more than anybody. Why are other men so dreary, Monty, and so deadly dull? No one holds a conversation half as beautifully as you. You haven't said a word about my dress. You're a brute. Look, see how it moves when I turn 2, 3, 1, 2. It's a bit much for Clapham, but nevertheless, maybe just a bite, just to be polite. Monty, that's too tight. Monty, that's just right. What I poured you through. I don't know what I do. I do not have a clue. I don't know what I do without you. My husband will grow distinguished and grey. My husband will always be straight as a line, steady and fine, totally mine. Unfortunately, dry as a bone, an insufferable drone, dull as a stone. Poor me.
Sibella, something miraculous has happened.
What?
It's too fantastic. I've just learned that I am in line of succession to become Earl of Highhurst.
Earl of Highhurst?
Yes, it seems that Mother was a Dysquith, which means I am a Dysquith too.
My mother's the Queen of Sheba. I believe that makes me Princess of Babylon.
You shouldn't make fun, it's true. And there are only 8 people before me in succession, which means I could be Earl someday.
And pigs might fly. As if you could have been a dice with all your life and not know it.
I realize how it sounds.
As if you could ever be an earl. 8 people would have to die for that to happen. How likely is that? Oh, now don't go yet, your lordship.
Where are you off to in your pink dress?
To meet a friend with a motor car.
Does this friend have a name?
Lionel Holland. You're jealous of him, I can tell, because he has a motor car, and he's rich, and good looking. Is it really true about you being a Dysquith?
Of course it is. I'll show you the papers if you like.
No, if you say it's true, of course I believe you. Darling, we barely spoke at the funeral. Are you quite all right? I should be inconsolable if I lost my mother.
Sibella, I think it's time you took me seriously.
Monty, the man I marry will have wealth and position.
I will have wealth and position.
And what will we live on until then?
Sibella, has it ever occurred to you to marry for love?
Now you're being cruel.
Miss Hallward, Mr. Lionel Holland is here to see you.
And right on time. If only he weren't so predictable.
I wonder if you've met my husband's cousin, Miss Dysquith. Phoebe, dear, this is Mrs. Holland. Mrs. Holland, I'm so pleased to know you.
The pleasure is mine entirely, Miss Dysquith.
How lovely you look.
I've been admiring your gown, your flawless complexion, your sparkling eyes.
You're too kind.
No, I'm really not. I do believe we may know someone in common.
Oh? This is rather a coincidence, Mrs. Holland.
Don't you Mrs. Holland me! Just when were you planning on telling me this happy news?
I should think you would want to keep your voice down.
You are always telling me to keep quiet, aren't you?
I would have sent you and Mr. Holland an announcement in due course.
An announcement? I won't be treated like a...
Yes?
You are despicable.
Perhaps it is a very good thing we did not marry Sibella.
You didn't used to think so.
You can't really imagine you have cause to complain of my marrying Miss Dysquith.
You don't have to, Monty. You could call it off. You must.
There was a time you and I might have fulfilled our natural destiny and married each other.
It would have been a very pleasant arrangement. We should have been so comfortably off, shouldn't we?
Well, I've no doubt we could have scraped along.
I can't imagine either of us, Monty, scraping along. We should have hated each other in a week.
We should never have done that, Sibella. We know each other perfectly, better than anyone else could. We should have always loved each other. That is, if you loved me as I love you.
Monty, I do love you. And had I not been so sure that you loved me, I should not have risked marrying Lionel.